Hi, good morning, guys. We'll start our ninth session of Selenium. So earlier we had seen about collection in Java, and in collection in Java we had seen with the different examples. Okay. So last time we are discussing about comparable and comparator. So comparable is a interface in present in Java package section, and it's contain only one method if you see in comparable. So in comparable interface we are only having single you can say single method. That from method call, what is that method comes under public int compare to. So this is our single one method available in comparable. So when we are using this his syntax, the main syntax of comparable interface will be, whenever we would like to use comparable with two objects, so the syntax will be like this: public int compare to then objects. Okay, compare to object O. So this is a one, and second will be like we can compare one object dot, suppose there is two object, we would like to compare with both object each together. So we can write like object 1 compare to in bracket object 2. Okay, so it means here when you see, we'll get some positive, some negative, and zeroth value. Okay, so comparison interface is used to order the object of user defined class actually, and it is found in java.package. Okay, and java.language.package, it's find in java dot. This is our import section, you can say. In class section you can see, you can get this comparable or comparator. Oh sorry, we are into comparator. One second, we have to move our comparable. Okay, so this is our comparable. It is available, this is our syntax: public int compare to object. Okay, so compare one into compare two. Okay, so here we can write our this kind of. So it is available in java.language.package. Okay, so and only it's having single function, single method is available in comparable interface. This is the compare to objects. Okay, it's provide only single sorting sequence. We can get sort the element on base of single data member only. Okay, like single data member, like either that will be user id, or if suppose we are calling about roll number or name or age. So this kind of. So when we are using this thing, so you can get when you would like to execute this. Okay, comparable demo. So comparable demo, we had created one normal class where we are getting some load main comparable. This last time also we are getting, but this actually running here. So apart from that, we will see some another example. I will create one new class here today, and we can see the syntax is used compared to current object with a specific object, whatever object we are having. So there will be three kind of element. You can see there will be, one is sorting object, then wrapped class object, a user defined object. So actually whatever collection with us, so collection class provide a static method for sorting the element of collection. And if suppose collection element are of set type, whatever types we have seen, so they're like set types, so we can use tree set. But when we would like to, we cannot sort the element of list collection class provides method of sorting the element in list types also. So when we are trying to do, if suppose we are looking one example of our this only, uh, uh, suppose we are using a sorting of element of list that contain user defined object on edge basis. So according to that, if suppose we are looking, we are changing the name of this comparable demo.java, and then comparable roll number string name int age comparable demo int roll number string name int age, this perfect. Then this dot roll number equal to roll number, this name equal to name, this age equal to age. The superclass is created. Now we require to compare public int compare to objects, object obj compare to. Okay, so here when we are like to compare those, so student the compare demo cd equal to compare demo objects. Okay, now if age equal to cd dot age should be 0, and if age is greater than cd age, the moment plus and it's -1. Okay, so what happened if suppose this condition will be applicable. Okay, this condition will be how it will work. So it will work like, suppose object 1 compared to object 2. Okay, so object 1, if suppose we are getting the you can say like, see, this is our object 1 and this is our object 2. Okay, object 1 is has to come before object 2. Okay, object 1 and object 2. So has, whenever there will be two objects we had defined here in top section, if we last time we discussed about if. Okay, if object 1 has to come before object 2, then which type of data we can retrieve? Then we'll get or will return value. There's a positive value we can get. The positive value should be returned when we are using this condition. The first condition will be applicable. If first condition will be applicable, object 1 has to come before object 2, then we can get or we return positive value. Like, see, object 1 is greater than object 2, or you can say object 1 has to come before object 2, then we will get positive value. So then we can get the 1. And if second condition will be if object 1 has to come after this condition should be aware about you. Okay, object 2 then you can get a negative value. Okay, negative value. And if suppose your object 1 and object 2 both are equal, okay, object 1 and object 2 will be equal, then what will be there? So return will be 0. So here you can see the public, whatever public int compared to interface will be object, this object, and this return cd compare demo object. So if age 0 then is greater than 0, in this return 1, else is written -1. This is perfectly fine, but I don't know why it is not running here. Could not find or load main class collection package. Hmm, 1 second, I am creating another class, so it will help us to uh, check it out. This empty object array. Okay. This, yes, Divesh. Which package? Wait, we'll see one with this example. Okay. So if suppose there is some issues, so we also will get those things here as well. Okay. Suppose array list we are creating array list. This L will be list. Okay. We have to import our util section. Then al dot what should be add new. Add. What is z? New. New from here we are using on the comparable demo. Okay. So 1 second, we are using this value from here, new demo, and here what will be there? This so roll number will be 101, and the name will be like suppose Ram is one value. Okay. Then what was there? Another thing will be parameter is age, roll number, name, age. So name we are putting here and 33. 23 will be age. Suppose this is the value. Okay. Now suppose we are another value we are entering here 102 for Shyam, age is 25. Okay, age is 25. Suppose this two value we are inserting and we would like to check. Okay, so here what we would require, we are collection. Which collection? We are sorting. Okay, sorting the list. Which list? List will be our AL. AL is our list. So we are coming together, then we are iterator one by one value we would like to get. So I will be capital here, iterator itr equal to what will be there, new al iterator. Okay, a new iterator. Then we have to import here, import what import iterator, that should be java.util. Now what should be there, we should put a loop here, while loop will be there. So there will be in iterators, we seen there's two method will be iterator. One is a has next method. Okay, has next, then what will be there, then our this one compare demo, cd equal to compare demo iter dot next. Okay, iter dot next. Now SYSO, we would like to put the roll number of the student, then we require name of the student. Okay, then we require age of the student. Okay, so now we require one more bracket here, and this will be removed. Okay, now when we would like to execute this, yes, then you can see here Ram and Syam, its sorting order, we are getting the comparable demo class from here. Okay, so it's compare and we'll get a result like this 2 3. There's a comparable, this we are sorting by age. Okay, we are sorting by age. So 23 and 25, there are two age we are having. Okay, suppose we are entering third value in bottom of line after here. If so here we are putting like 20. Okay, so what will be our output, you can see 20 will be first, then 23, then 25. So we are sorting on based on, last time we missed this main class function. Actually there are two way. Okay, so when we are also we do one thing, this section, this all section also we can write inside this comparable class inside. Okay, after that we can get a output as well. Same thing we'll do for this comparable comparator demo. Okay, so whenever we would like to use this comparator, okay, there is also something is missing here. So when we are executing, so again this is one example, but how our example this. Okay, so this is one more example we seen last time. There's a dog and everything. So there are different age criteria and different name of the dogs. According to his age we are getting the name of them, and according to his age we are getting a list down of this comparable. So this is into our comparable interface, and this is our comparator when we would like to use, when we are not satisfied with comparable interface will help you when we are customized, means our system will design or formatting this natural sorting. Okay, depending on default natural sorting order. internally by Java virtual machine. Whenever our program will execute, so according to our given criteria, like see here we had put it as age. With the help of age we are comparing with two variable age. So according to age we are we would like to sorting our list of the element. Okay, so it will check the age criteria, which is which is small, which is greater than. So according to that we'll get a list of this value, list of the item according to this. So this is our sorting. If suppose here you can see, 1 second, our roll number is not changed here. In the comparable class we just enter here 102 103. You can see here 103 103. Okay, now if suppose we would like to execute, so see 23rd 23rd 25 103 101 102. Okay, so suppose you like to use roll number. So roll number also, when you compare according to roll number, so we can just change this value according to roll number, compare by roll number, and also you can use roll number. Okay, this roll number, and you just change the roll number. Now when we run this program, when we run this program, so it will be sorting by roll number. So you can see here 101 is roll number, 102 is roll number, 103 is roll number. So this is according to our roll number, and previously we have seen according to his age of the student. Okay, so this is the best way to get a result or get output by the sorting by roll number. Okay, so whenever we do not define such kind of comparator or comparator, so our system will by default use his sorting order, and uh, compare to method will be insert object to tree set, and it will be retrieve data according to default natural sorting order provided by Java virtual machine. Okay, and if suppose we do not happy, we we are not happy with the sorting order, we would like to customize our way, so at that time we can use comparator. So for comparator, when we would like to use, so in here in the class, when we are creating uh, which class, this class, in this comparable class, this where we are using here comparable. So instead of this comparable we can use here comparator. Okay, so whenever we are using comparator, so at that time we can see the result according to our output. Okay, so when you change this comparator, so according to that we have to change our name also, this one. um, my once again we can I'm not changing this example. Okay, we'll see with another program. Okay, so suppose last time we had seen the age of one thing. Okay, so this best example of comparator. Okay, so similar way, when we would like to use comparator, so when, and also we can compare, and there is compare our objects. So same thing will be written by here also. Whenever our object 1 has come before object 2, then we can get a negative value, or it will return minus. And whenever we are mm, getting object 1 after object 2, then it will return our positive value, and whenever it will both equal, object 1 and object 2 will be equal, so at that time we'll get 0 return value. So this is our comparator, and this example is comparable. Okay, I think I also share the example last time with you, and today also we'll share this example to you. And the next thing we would like to start. So before start our new things, that will be our new thing will be string in Java. Okay, is there any query? So sometime you will get a question from interview, like what is the difference between comparable and comparator. So only these three difference will be there. One is comparable is having default natural sorting order, but in comparator we have to customize those sorting order by our own way. And comparable is having single method only, that's a compare to, and a comparator having two methods, one is a compare to and second is equal. Okay, and comparable is java dot link dot package class, and the comparator is having into java dot util dot package section. Okay, so these only three difference you will get between comparable and comparator. Okay, now we'll see the most important part in our Java. So for that I would like to use one PPT in front of you. So the PPT will be like
Sir,
for, yeah, yeah.
sir, in that comparable program, instead of iterator, we could have used enumerator object also.
Yes, you can,
Okay.
but emulator only you can read it. Okay, so what is a string? What do you know about a string? Hmm? For one sec, I am closing the display. Okay. So string, we our next topic is string, Java string. So string are a sequence of characters. As you know, there's a sequence of character where all strings we can say as object. Strings are objects, and Java platform provide the string classes to create and manipulate those string. String like some value will be there, like hello world, or you can say uh, create account, or something, anything means any text. If suppose we are having multiple sets of characters, so you can use a string. So for that, one second, I'm with the help of one ppt I will explain you the string, and whole concept will be clear from there. Okay, we'll see example of also the strings, where we can use the strings with different criteria. So main string objective will be review the uh, strings operation and string buffers, and also there will be string builder operations will be there. So what are the strings? Okay, so generally generally you can see the what happened. Okay, so Java string is sequence of character. They are object of type string. Once a string object is created, it cannot be changed. Okay, it's immutable. It immutable means we cannot change in between. Okay, so whenever we would like to change some string in between, so at that time we can use string buffer. So string buffer, to get changeable string, use the class called string buffer, and also there will be string and string buffer classes are declared as a final. Okay, so there cannot be subclasses of the classes. So right now we are getting this one another word that's called final. Okay, so in Java sometime or anywhere also you can get some different word uh, in our this programming section. Okay, so in program when you would like to read, so sometime we are getting final, finally and finalize. Like see here in string buffer and string class are declared as a final. So what is a final? So final and finally and finalize, these three keyword you can generally see in some of program. Okay, so I will tell you the difference between these three things: final, finalize and finally. Okay, so final means this is a modifier. Final is a modifier applicable for class, method and variables. Okay, this is a modifier applicable. Final, I am talking about final. Okay, final is a modifier. It is applicable for class, method and variable. When we declare a class as a final, then we cannot extend that class. Like suppose we cannot create child class for that class. Okay, final, when we had created a class as a final, so we cannot extend that class. We cannot create some child class inside that class for that particular class. Okay, this is one thing. And second thing will be, if this is about class, when we had defined class as a final, so we cannot change, we cannot extend that class, or we cannot create a child class for that particular class which is defined as a final. Okay, for method, when we declare a method as a final, then we cannot override that method in a child class. When we create a method as a final, then we cannot override that method in our child class. Okay, third will be for variable. If suppose some variable we define as a final, then it will become constant. Okay, when we declare, suppose this string s, this is our variable. Suppose one variable we define as a final variable, so that will be constant. This will be become as a constant value. We cannot perform a reassignment for that particular variable. So what is the final? Final is modifier. It is applicable for class, method and variable. When we define some class as a final, so we cannot create child class for that class. Method, when we define a final, so we cannot override that method in that class. And second thing, for variable, when we define a variable as a final, so that variable will not change, it will behave as a constant. Okay, so this is a final. And finally, second thing will be finally. So finally is a block always associated with try catch method. When we see, when we are uh, mm, writing some program and we would like to handle our exception, sometimes you can get different kind of exception we are getting in our program. So at that time we would like to use try catch. So in the try catch block, the finally modifier will be associated with try catch to maintain cleanup code. Okay, so to maintain cleanup code, so that's why the finally is associated with try catch block. Okay, and then finalize. So finalize is method present in object class. Okay, finalize is a method present in object class which invoked by garbage collection garbage collector also just before destroying an object to perform cleanup activity. Whenever we would like to use finalize, so finalize is present in our object class which invoked by garbage collector just before destroying an object to perform cleanup activity. So this is the main difference between these three: final, finalize, and finally. Okay, so here we are also using string and string buffer class are declared as a final. So whenever we declare final class, it means we cannot change those class and we cannot create some child class of that class. So therefore, so there cannot be subclass of this class. This means you can see here, so there cannot be subclass of this class. So default constructor creates an empty string. Okay, so whenever we are creating some object or some constructor, so create as a default string. So this is an empty string. You can see the object. So string s equal to new string. So this is your string side. So how can we create strings? So string you can create like this: string str equal to like abc is equivalent to, when we define like array, character data equal to in bracket a, b, and c. Then also there will be one more option: string str equal to new string data. So data come from this. So if data array is above example is modified after string object str is created, then str remain unchanged, and constructor a string object by passing another string object. So you can use this one: string str2 equal to new string str. Str nothing but this thing. Okay, creating a string. This is our creating a string. So we'll see one example of this later on. Okay, and now operations. So there are multiple operations we can use with this string operation. So how can we retrieve the length, return the length method? Okay, length method return the length of the strings. So system.out.println hello dot length. Okay, so length will be how much character will be there: 1 2 3 4 5. So length will be 5. So plus operator is used a concatenate. Okay, sometime you can see the plus operator always a confusion operator. Sometime it will be behave as a concatenate operator, and sometime it will behave as a plus operator. Okay, addition when we are using some numbers. Okay, so also we'll see the difference between this plus operator, when it will behave as a plus and when it's behave as a concatenate. Okay, two or more string, so if suppose we are choosing a string like my name equal to Harry and my string equal to my name is my name. So there is two string 1 and string 2. So we would like to concatenate. So for string concatenate, Java compiler convert an operand to string whenever the other operand of the concatenate is a string object. Okay, so we'll see one example also. On different example we'll see about this string operation. So characters in string can be extract in a number of way. So how we can extract, like this one method char at how many characters, so it will return character at the specific index. So index by 0 1 2 3 like that. So range of the ranges index range, how it is start, index range from 0 to length minus 1. So the first character of the sequence is an index is 0 and index at 1 and so on. So array like this. So ch equal to abc. When we would like to char at 1 means it will be b. Okay, it will be p 0 1 2 like that. So ch equal to dot 1, if suppose we are putting here b. So sometime in our interviewers, it may be asked some string they will define, like suppose ch equal to Mumbai. Now how can we retrieve m in between the string? So you can use this char8. So Mumbai dot char8 in bracket there will be how which position m, one is 0th location and second will be second location. So both we can use either 0 or either 2. It's depend upon interviewer questions. Okay, now second is get characters. So this is copy characters from this string into the destination character array. So this is a public void get character in integer source begin, integer source end, character destination and in destination begin. Okay, so this is a src begin means index on the first character in sorting to copy, src end index after the last character to string to copy, destination array dst begin means offset in destination array. Okay, so this is how can we different operator we are having into a string, that's equal ignore case. Okay, so equal means when we are having some boolean operator compare invoking a string to a string, we suppose we are having Mumbai and Mumbai, suppose we like to compare, so we can use equal operator and comparing this string to another string, ignoring case consideration also will be there, so we can use equal ignore case. Okay, so and if suppose we would like to find start with or end with, so this kind of situation you can get to create your test script during the dynamic changes. If suppose we are getting some dynamic changes, we are getting some different parameter every time, so in between the text will be changing, like say Mumbai 123 text. So 123 is always changing. So 123 we cannot control. So for that we can use our this kind of method start with end with. Okay, start with end with. So with the help of this thing we can control our dynamic changes in our web pages as well. So this will help us to control our dynamic web pages. Okay, so with the help of also we can use some regular expression as well. Okay, so this is our string operator start with end with, and end with if the string start with a specific prefix begin at the specific index. Okay, so this is also one example, like figure dot start with gur start from where, gur start from second position, f is 0th location, see here, F is 0 location, first location I, second location is G, GURE. So from second onward, our GURE is started. So we are using here, it start with GURE, then second location. So that's true. Okay, and this is compared to string, this lexicographically. Okay, this result int compared to this comparable, when we seen comparable interface, so same thing we can use here. Comparable compared to return 0 exactly when they are equal. Okay, so this is our compare to method. Compare to string logically, the result is negative integer if the string object lexicography proceed the argument string. Okay, the same thing we can discuss for comparable interface as well. And index of, public int index of, return the index within the string of the first occurrence of the specific character. And index of, this for integer, this for string, return the index within the string on the first occurrence of the specific object. So how was your day today? So if suppose the index of t, so index of t and str was, so in which position? So for t, okay, string index dot index of t, it means 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17th. So 17th location we are getting t. Okay, so this is our answer for this. Okay, now another thing will be int character int index from, return index within a string first occurrence and specific character start with and insert the specific index. So with the help of this also we can find our character and from where you would like to search. So this is how was your day today. So when you would like to find a, so A is which position? This is sixth position. Okay. Same kind of was start from second position. So this whole string. So string, this is zeroth location. Zero location string is how this 1 2 3 4. No, string integer from index. So it will be, was it will be third, 0 1. I think this printing mistake. This should be one position because we are taking off strings, so not character. If suppose we are using character CHA character, so that will be there will be 0 1 2 3 4th position. But this is string, so string should be, this is the first this is zeroth index, zero index string. This is the first string, second, third, fourth, like this. So this will be location will be first. So this will be str was, this is not 2, this should be 1. Okay, we'll see example of this also, how we can retrieve our different operation with string, substring and everything. Okay, then concatenate, string operator, the concatenate, how do we concatenate the specific string to the end of the string? If length of the argument string is 0, then string object is returned. Okay, so this is our string operation where you can get a different examples and how can we use buffer. So string buffers like is a string but cannot be modified. In string, once we created, it should not modify, and the length and constant of string buffer, the length of constant of string buffer sequence can be changed through certain method call. String buffer define three constructors. One is the string buffer int size, and string str. So it's three method, three constructor you can get into string buffer. Okay, so lot of example you can see to this string, and generally you will get a questions from interview room from string and collections. Okay, so you have to do lot of practice about this string, different format. There's a delete, substring, reverse, length, capacity, char rate, get chr, set length. What's this? So you can see, suppose here string buffer, the one constructor we created here. For example, for string buffer, the string buffer sb equal to new string hello. So this 5-letter word hello. So if suppose we are finding length of this character, sb dot length equal to 5, sb dot capacity equal to, sb dot capacity means 21. How it will 21? The 16 characters room in added if no size is specified. Okay, so by default the location size will be 16. Okay, then it will be increased according to, and SB character 1 first location will be E, set character 1 I. So first location, if suppose we are changing the value I to E to I, so we can use this, and set length 2. So only we require, now our output will be high, hello. Okay, now suppose the second time we are using set length 2, so only we will get till 2 character value. And if suppose sb dot append l, you can use, you can get a result like hill. Okay, and insert 0 big, so big hill. So this is an example. You can replace also in which position. This is our begin position, this is our last position. So begin to last we require this big, and reverse outer, if suppose we like to read this big, that will give us a result give. Okay, so this is a major example of your string, and it will help you to understand how we can execute our string operation with different format. Okay, we'll share you this ppt. Okay, don't worry, and therefore we'll see live example with some parameter, some strings. Okay, so suppose like we are using character like hello array equal to l l o. Okay, hello. So here we declare as a character hello array equal to hello. Okay, now suppose string hello string equal to new string. What will be string over? There's a hello array. Okay, now When you come to this hello string dot, then you can see there are different operations in string operation. ठीक? Okay, so this is a lot of method you can see inside the this dot operator. Okay, so here suppose we are using length. Okay, so when you are using this length, okay, so length, if suppose you are using, so you have to define length equal to this. Okay, because length we are getting is a numerical format, so for that we define normal is a variable int. So the int should be when you would like to print this, so it will be look like this. Okay, when we run, oh sorry, one second, because this is our integer value, so it's not required double quoted. Okay, so you can see here there is a fifth 1 2 3 4 5. There are 5 characters available in our hello array. Okay, suppose we would like to replace something. Okay, we would like to replace something, so which word we can use, or if suppose we like to get some character at which location, from fourth location. Okay, for fourth location, if suppose we require, so what is our output? So output, suppose we need to find out, so here, yes, now see the output of results. See, this is O, this is a O. Okay, so according to this you can use your string. Okay, so string whenever we are using, so it will be having our fixed length, we cannot change our value. Okay, so it is immutable, that's why we are calling string as a immutable. But whenever we are using string builder, a string buffer, so so that will be mutable. So immutable, we can change our value, it's allowing us changing the value. Okay, so that was our string buffer. If suppose if suppose you would like to use string buffer sb equal to new string buffer, oh, string buffer बगल string buffer will be, what will be our string buffer? Same thing, will be there, like see, uh, suppose here I am putting America. Okay, new string buffer. Mm. Now, now SB dot length. Okay, so SB dot length, if suppose you are putting, so you can see the length of character is 7th. Okay, so this is your example of this. So now if suppose we would like to use, okay, if suppose you like to change something, okay, append, what append would like to append string, okay, so append string, what append will be there, suppose we would like to add something, uh, united, okay, united word, if suppose using, so then you can see the sb dot length, you can see here the length will be now, what will be length, now it is 13th, earlier it was how 7, so 7 plus 6 equal to 13. So here you can see in a string buffer it is a mutable, but in string we cannot change our value, okay, once it is created it will be looking like this, okay, so this is our string builder. So main difference
Sir,
between, yeah,
what is the difference between append and concat then?
append,
And concat.
yeah, concatenate I'm, yeah, I will tell you, concatenate you can just see, I'm giving one new class for that actually. Okay. See, there is two variable with us. One is 7 and second is b equal to 9 and one is c. Okay, c equal to int c equal to a plus b. Okay, not like this. We are using not. We are using like this. Okay. Now see the output. What is the output? 9 plus 7. 7 plus 9 equal to 16. So this is which operator? This is our arithmetical addition operator. Okay. Now suppose we are using here plus, okay. Now see 16, hello. Mm, suppose another way, I would like to show the difference between these two. How can we work? Oh no, actually this would be like when we use this and this. Yeah, I like to show this. See what output we are looking here. In previous example, in the first statement, you can get a plus b equal to 16 and then plus hello. Okay, so here this operator is behaving, this concatenation is behaving as a addition operator. Addition, this is a two number and addition, and now it's behaving as a, this concatenation is different, behaving as a different. Okay, so why it is happening? And second statement, you can see this hello, this string, same operator, but here a plus b is not addition. It is not adding both values. 7 plus 9 equal to 16 we are not getting, we are just like get 7 and 9. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? Okay, so it is a like, see, it will be first object and second object. So this concatenation operator will react and will observe the first object and second object. Okay, first object and second object, which type of, which kind of data. Okay, which data type, this int data or string or character or boolean, float, double, whatever. Okay, so this operator will first observe these two data type. Okay, so if suppose this is similar, okay, this both object, both value will be similar, so it will behave according to that, like this integer. So integer and integer in between this, so it will behave as a operator, arithmetical operator. Okay, but here you can see the hello word, and this is our integer value, this is the integer value and the string value. So if suppose we would like to use int plus string, okay, here you would like to value like int data type and string data type together, so it will always behave as a string value. Okay, so that's why we are in second statement, you can get this, a first statement is our string. Okay, first value here hello is a like string, and this is numeric, so string plus numeric a, so this is a different data, so it's behave as a normal string. Again this is a string hello, and a is string and b is only integer, so string plus integer equal to string, so that's why we are getting hello 7 9. It's not displaying our result as a 7 plus 9 equal to hello 16. If suppose we are using here one bracket, okay, inside bracket, if suppose we are using this, so this will be separated, it is separated data, so you can get a result, you will get a result for this, it will be hello 16. Okay, so this is our concatenate operator. So just remember this thing when we would like to use this plus operator, so when it will be behave as an arithmetic operator, or when it will behave as normal concatenation. Okay, and append means when we are using append here, like see, append, whenever you are using append, so append is a specific string to this character sequence we would like to use, you would like to append. Append means you would like to adding something. Okay, so the character of a string argument are appended in order, so increasing the length of this sequence by character of a string argument. Okay, by the length of the argument. If a string is null, then 4 character null is appended. If suppose we are not putting anything, it means there will be 4 character null will be there. Okay,
Yeah.
So according to that, you can get a different example of string method, buffer string as well. So now our this string will be finished, Java string and concatenation also. So you can do a lot of practice with Java, write some small program with Java, and also you can get the help of, I will share you one link where you can get a number of example in Java. So that is javaexample.com. Okay, so from here you can get a number of examples. I don't know the URL is correct or not, but Java example, if suppose you are searching in Google, so you will get the link javabeginner.com or javaexamples.com. So here you can get a lot of Java practical example. It will help you to understand what is your string, how we can use, how can you manipulate with them. Okay, so lot of practice you have to do when how can we replace some character or some string from there. Okay, so majorly interviewer asks question from string and collections only. Okay, so our Java concepts will be finished here. Okay, so if suppose you have any query, so let me know, then now we'll start our another topics, this WebDriver. No question?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, so do practice so with those example, and you can learn a lot from there. Okay, and if suppose you have queries, so just we you can share your question to us, we'll resolve and we can share with you very small time frame. So till now we had seen our Java concept and Selenium IDE. So I think you also did some practice in Selenium IDE. There's our last classes we done. So if you had, so just I'm brushing up uh, about Selenium IDE. So what is Selenium IDE? Jay? Yeah, it's a record and play. And what are the main features in Selenium IDE? How can we configure it? Hmm. Okay, good. So today we would like to finish our session in 10-20 minutes, because we are having some additional you can say thoughts. We are conducting one webinar. Okay, so for that, due to that reason, we had finished today class at 10-20 minutes around. So in 10-20 minutes I am just brushing up about whatever things we did into Selenium IDE and what is the Selenium, and after that from tomorrow onward we can move to our WebDriver section. Okay, so lot of example we'll see by tomorrow, and also whatever concept we seen into Java, so that Java concept we learn, so how it will help us to create our test script and how can we move. and ahead. For that we can see from tomorrow onward. Okay, so as we seen last time, Selenium, what is Selenium? So Selenium is a web-based automation testing tools which is help us to regression, function regression testing, retesting, okay, performance testings, okay, of web applications. Okay, so Selenium is only work for web-based application. It will not work for desktop application. Okay, directly we cannot work any web desktop things. Okay, with the help of some third-party application like AutoAti tool or Sikuli. Okay, with the help of this kind of third-party tool, we can partially manage some desktop application like upload, download some file from our systems. Okay, only like that. And Selenium is having a lot of feature, you can say, like there's having four components having different feature, like Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, Selenium APM. So this is a component of Selenium, and Selenium is having supporting by different programming languages like Java, C Sharp, PHP, Ruby, Python. Okay, and it's support by different environment like Windows, Linux, Mac. Okay, and also there will be different browsers like Mozilla, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Opera, Safari. Okay, so majorly we are looking into this five kind of browser, Opera also, and some more devices like mobile devices, so like Android, all kind of devices, it will be supported. That's led by Google, that's Android and iPhones, Windows, BlackBerry. So this kind of feature it is having in Selenium. In Selenium IDE specifically, this is our one first component in Selenium which will help us to record and play our test script, and it will configure only with Firefox browser, because Selenium IDE is a plugin in Firefox browser, so it's an add-on. Just we have to where we can get a Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE we can get from this website. This is official website of Selenium, seleniumhq.org section. So here in this website, when we visit, so we'll get one download tab. In download tab, we just move there and go to Selenium IDE. We search down, scroll down, Selenium IDE. So just scrolling down, then you can see the Selenium IDE. So here you can just get a small information about Selenium IDE. What is Selenium IDE? Selenium IDE is Firefox plugin, and here we can get a record and play back user interaction with the browser. Whatever activities we perform into Firefox browser, everything will be captured in our test script section. And if suppose we would like to, so it will help us to add sometime we are getting some ad hoc testing or some exploratory testing. So at the time we can use this Selenium IDE. So, and sometimes also in our daily work workflow, sometimes we are getting some requirement like this very urgent, we have to finish immediately. So like that kind of situation, we do not have test cases, we do not have test script with us, automated a script is not ready. So how can we do? So the best way to do record and play, and it will help us to save our time, and also we can get a fast feedback to the development team. So essentially they will if suppose there is some issues, so they will fix it as soon as possible, and we can move ahead for our UAT and delivery section. Okay, so this kind of thing we can do into Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is also having our scheduler, you can see. And just you have to, when you would like to configure, so just you have to click this add on Mozilla org. You can move directly, you can move to your add-on section. In add-on there will be add to Firefox. When you just click it, there's a 2.9.1 version. When you click it, it will be automatically just follow the instruction like allow, next, okay. Then it will be installed your in your Firefox browser. You can see in top right corner this is Selenium IDE. When you open it, so you can see that this is the layout of Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE, you will get this kind of layout here. So this is a menu bar, this is a base here, this is a toolbar, and this is our test case pane, this is our text editor, test script editor. There is a test script editor. You can see in two format. There is a table format and second is a source format. So by default it is a displaying as a HTML format. Okay, the format of our code by default format is a HTML. This called this format, whatever format we are using here, the HTML format is called silence class, silence command we are saying this. And the command, we do not directly type or write anything in this section. Whenever we like to use, whenever we would like to write some command or some test script, so we have to just select the row and move to this command target value section. Then we can write choose the command from this drop down list, and according to the command, whatever command we are using, like see, we just open it. Okay, so what open, if suppose we are open and slash forward slash, if suppose putting, so the slash means it will be open this website, this be a base URL. If suppose we like to use a specific website, so you just put here your website name, like and also there will be you require to put proper uh, proper URL, like like base URL, the initial from http dot colon double slash www dot gmail.com, like that. And now second will be, suppose you are clicking here, what is the click will be your next button. If suppose we are putting click, so where you would like to click will be your next. So this is your target location. So this, in this location, it should be performed like this command. So for that you can use. So if suppose we are running this, when you just run it, then you can see this is our run button. When you see this, you can get okay, this is already someone used, so next button is not there. Okay, so suppose we remove this, and now suppose we are running this program, then you can see our script is run successfully, and you can get an error. This is our pass. So pass fail, you can see into log section, the whatever error we are getting, the pass log section you can get. And this is our result. In Selenium IDE, this kind of result you can only get as a output or report. Okay, there is no fail, no pass kind of, only there when you were, you will get a green format, so it means the test case is pass. And if suppose we are failure, so here in failure section you will get a 1. And this and whenever we are failure, so that will be become as a red background. Okay, so similar way, what now suppose we are using here start recording, and we perform something in this browser, and we are typing something. Okay, so just click next. Oh my god, this is also user ID. Okay, fine. So here now just type our user ID and password. Just type it and enter the click the this sign in button. Then you can see the our username and ID. Okay, so you can see the whenever we are running this, so you can see this output. Okay, this is why this error is come to us. Okay, why this error is come to us. So why this error come to us here in this level, it's failed because the see, sometimes you will get this kind of situation whenever you run. So you will get this kind of our previous command is executed, but next command will be not executed. So why it is, because the our speeding, our execution speed will so fast. Okay, our execution speed is so fast, and according to our execution speed, our application performance will be low. Okay, how it will be, see, giving one example, a normal example. this kind of situation you will get number of times whenever we are using some application. This is our home page, our user interface, okay, GUI, where we are entering our email ID and password like that, okay, and we just press the button next, okay, we just enter here user ID and we put click the next button. Then what happen? This is our database, okay, Google database. What will happen when we click this user ID? It will redirect to Google database, okay, it will redirect to Google database. And here in Google database, server or our application will perform like it will check, validate this user ID is valid or not, this user ID is available in our database or not. So that thing it will check in this section, and accordingly it will respond to the application server, okay. So if so this sending to the request and getting a response, okay, this time will take some, this is taking some time, okay. So but our this execution will be so fast, it will not delay as compared to this sending request and getting response. So that's why we are getting error in these steps. Our this line is executed but this step is not executed because in this two command, two row, between these two row our execution is pending, our response is pending from the Google, okay, that's why we are getting error. So one solution will be you just drag your this execution speed from fast to slow, okay. Now when we run again, when you would like to run again this program, then you can see what's happened. Now see, it's successfully executed, okay. So this is a way to execute your application. And also you will get a number of times this kind of situation where you're facing this problem, our execution is not completing in one shot, in some bit between the steps we are getting failure due to some speeding issues or some page loading issues. Our page is not loaded but our script is move away, okay. This kind of situation you can get. So one option will be you just check your execution speed, okay. Sometime also we are putting this slow, our execution speed should be slow, but after that also we are getting some failure here due to some issue like page is not load or the element is not available in the page, okay. So at that time you can get a put some hold, or you can update your, you can modify your command like click and wait, okay. Click and wait, also you can add some additional row here, you can add additional row or you can insert a new command, okay. Insert new command means new row will be there, and you can use the command like wait for element, wait for button, whatever command you would like to use according to your requirement. Wait for element present, so how many times it will wait for element, so value will be defined here, that will be 30 seconds, okay. Divesh, what is the default timeout of Selenium ID? Divesh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the default time out in Selenium ID?
Mm,
Not remember?
30 seconds.
Yes. So default timeout, if suppose we put here 30 seconds, so that will be maximum time or time for Salam ID. If suppose your page is taking more than that, so you can use two times 30 second like that. Okay. So this will be help you to control your execution, your test script execution. Okay, so this thing situation you can get like if suppose you use some application where your page is taking long time, like home page. Sometimes the banner will be long, big banner, so it takes time to load the page properly, and also whenever we are searching some flights or movies or bus booking, and also payment gateway section. So from redaction merchant to payment gateway, and payment gateway to again merchant section. So this will take some time. So this kind of application, this kind of pages, we require more time to wait to present our element in the location, and our next step will be execute. Okay, so do practice a lot of in Selenium IDE, and then we'll start from tomorrow the WebDriver. If suppose you are having some questions, so just ping me. You can write down us with in our email ID, so we'll revert you also. Okay, so we are finishing today's session, and tomorrow same time 8 o'clock we will take our next class like a WebDriver, and we'll see tomorrow some long time, because today's session we are finishing uh, 30 minutes earlier, so we'll extend tomorrow on those 30 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
And Jay, Divyesh, did you complete your assignment?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, good, just share with me, so I will
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. I have already sent it.
Oh, okay, fine, I have to check it. Okay, no problem. Okay, then see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, who
Yeah.
is attending for demo purpose? So thanks for attending us. Uh, our panel will get back to you. Okay,
Yeah, thanks.
thanks.